You know, it isn't always easy living in the Kimberleys. It's not without its challenges. Welcome to Kanara, the land of the Merowang people, the most beautiful country in the world. My country, my family, my home. Did you know that Kanara is 3,000 kilometers from Perth, but we only 30 kilometers from the Northern Territory? Did you also know that Kanara is a 2-day journey from detention? That's a long way from country, away from community, away from family. It's never been more important to get things right.
This is a story about the Young and Deadly program, a program which offers short courses to young people that are on the outskirts of mainstream education and have come into contact with the criminal justice system. It's a partnership between Youth Justice and North Regional TAFE, and is designed for Aboriginal people and run by Aboriginal people. It's about upskilling and creating meaningful opportunities for young people and acknowledging that we live remote. So the skills need to be relevant to the environment we live in. I'm Rafal Sampi, a youth support officer for Youth Justice Services in Kununurra, and this is the Young and Deadly Futures program. Where I grew up in a small station called Dundun, and Warman is a community where another place I grew up. Dundun is my grandfather's country. Warman is where my grandmother from. I'm a youth support officer at Youth Justice, working with young fellas in town, working and doing mentoring session, giving them words, how I grew up, and trying to make a better life for them. Stuff I do with Youth Justice, I do mentoring session with the boys, support them, pick them up, doing TAFE, school stuff, fishing, back to country, mentoring about life, what I've been through.
I'm Ernie, originally from Halls Creek, so I'm a Jarra man. Moved to Kununurra when I was about 6 years old, and I've been working for TAFE for 2 years now. So my role at TAFE is an Aboriginal Education Support Officer, and my job is to support Indigenous people with any education needs that they might need help with. We've had a few boys that have gone on and got themselves a job. We've had some great achievements in the sense that we've had a few guys bring in cars and motorbikes that weren't working and that have fixed themselves, and the sense of achievement that they got from that was awesome.
I started at TAFE and my first term was last 2 months ago. My first stuff doing there was welding and woodworking. Yeah, then I think on this term we are doing some bobcat courses. You know, when we started, there was a car there broken at one of my grandma's house. I brought it in, started fixing it. A couple of more things need to be done. It'll be on the run. I started to realize sitting at home, there's nothing to do at home. I felt boring. I had to get up and do something. I knew my school days wasn't bit over, you know. I was getting over the age of going to school. I was getting sick of staying at home. Youth Justice and TAFE gave me an opportunity. As soon as my mother passed away, I had no one else to tell me what to do. I was just on my own. Follow the wrong friends, it'll get you in bad things. My first year I went in detention was when I was 13. That was 2015, my first year. But that's because I was following the wrong friends. Going to TAFE, it don't look much now, but it could get back to you. And probably in the future, you might get a good job.
Hi there, I'm Tim. I'm a Youth Justice Officer here in the East Kimberley in Kununurra. A little bit about me. I love photography, I love to dance, but my biggest passion is working with young people and families in community in creative ways. The young people that I work with speak up to 4 or 5 languages, and the language which I'm speaking right now is generally not their first language they speak at home. So it's really important that we come up with creative ways to be able to connect with young people no matter the language that they speak. 12 months ago, Youth Justice began engaging with young people in a hip-hop, writing and producing program. For 1 week, young people collaborated and wrote down their thoughts about what mattered to them. At the end of that week, an entirely new song was created, which was called What Now? But this was just the beginning for What Now? For the next 12 months, we re-engaged the same young people and more young people around building a whole music video that would go with What Now? And this took us to every corner of the East Kimberley, where we got to film and piece together a story based on the song that they created from scratch. Finally, in May 2021, 4 young people that were with the project almost from the start were invited to come to the Kimberley Moon and perform that song to almost 1,000 people.
In my neighborhood, a lot of glass in the streets. All my kids walk around, they be bare feet. Police stare at me like I'm an alien. But I ain't, brother, I'm the first Australian. Well, at the day, there was a lot of brainstorming. We just had a deep thought about the things around us and what was happening around us. Well, watching myself on camera, I felt, I did feel shame, but other kids thought it was pretty good, and I felt pretty good about myself too. And the night I was performing on the stage, all I done was just breathe, close my eyes, and then believe in myself, and then I had to believe in everybody else who supported me. And when I rap, other kids can look at me and be like, that's my dream, and that's what I want to be. And that's when other kids will follow in my dreams, my path. And I just want to be a role model for kids that has the same dream as me.
Well, when we recorded What Now, it was like it gave us experience what we're gonna do in the future, and it lifts us up. Like maybe in the future we're gonna be a rapper one day, and it was great that night when we was like doing it. Well, on the night at the Kimberley Moon, I was filled with lots of fear, and soon as we got on the stage, Scott introduced us to the peoples around us, and it was kind of funny because everybody was singing out, and it was kind of sharp on the night, you know what I mean?
Well, it made me feel different because I was moving on from stealing, and it made me stop and think about my life, and made me move on, made me went on the right track, and it been helped me so much ever since we were singing on the stage. I was frightened and ashamed, but I just had to get over it